Hello people, and welcome to my art vlog number 2. Art vlog number 1 has 9 views so far, which is, I'd say that's pretty crappy. Damn! You'd think I didn't even have family. Or friends, obviously. Or pets who can, nimble pets who could at least click on something. Anyways, this just shows that I'm doing this for its own inherent worth, even if nobody watches it. Okay, today I want to talk about this work in progress and also something I read in Hyperallergic, that's an online art magazine, yesterday I want to talk about extemporaneously. But first let's look at this. This is in progress, part of my series. This is number 4. They're fairly quick images, for me anyways. And I just wanted to show you one of the things I've got going on here. Here's the original quick drawing. This is maybe about a 30-minute drawing, which is not too different from the 15-minute version. I just cleaned it up a bit. And then I put the color underneath in a separate layer, or layers actually. So there's just the color and just the drawing, color and drawing. This one, it's coming along nicely. I'm liking the color. It's a bit weird. Let's go ahead and draw on top. Let's see what I'm liking about it here. I like her eyes. This figure now seems like a female to me, maybe because that helmet is a flaming pink. Don't want to get into cliches, but it just started to read that way to me. This guy is a little weird to me. Well, the whole thing's kind of goofy. The original drawing's a little goofy, but I like that I'm getting like eyes coming in underneath, so that these eyes above, which I'm not that crazy about yet, are more like goggles. And I like how this one's looking off to the side. She looks like her eyes are tired. His eyes look tired. I think I'm going to call this Watcher of the Skies, after an old Genesis song, if any of you know it. Not because of the content of the song, but just because I like the title, and people who know that old song will be like, oh yeah, Genesis, cool. Someone remembers that classic rock. By the way, I haven't heard people say this other than me, but I think your classic rock of about 1967 to 1973 is some of the best art of the 20th century. I don't hear people say that for some reason, as if it belongs in a different class from conceptual art and literature and all that. And we have artists like Jeff Koons who do work based on kitsch and tell us that they're bringing pop culture into fine art and erasing the boundaries between what people like and high art. But who likes kitsch? People really like classic rock, Beatles, Zeppelin, and all that. And Genesis. But I won't go off on that anymore right now. So this is the piece in progress. And this is actually a new technique for me. I don't normally work with the drawing layer. I don't normally do such a line drawing, and I don't normally have it on top and do the color underneath. Once I'm satisfied with the color, I'll draw on top of this line layer with color and line. Okay, now let's go on to this political thing. So I was reading, as I often do. Ooh, we're going to get to this in a moment. Art magazines. This is Hyperallergic, something from the editor. It's a personal case for the art strike. So this guy wants everyone to strike on Trump's inauguration. Resistance is a daily activity. It's all about resistance, folks. So artists should all be protesting Trump's inauguration. First, I'll address this political thing. I'm looking for his quote. I'll get back to that. Look at Vincent while I discuss this. It's as if all artists must have voted for Hillary Clinton. For me, the time to be up in arms would have been when the AP declared Clinton the presumptive nominee one day before the elections in California, where Bernie was poised to take the lead. But magically, Hillary was declared the winner the day before that happened by a newspaper based on its own research into phone calls to superdelegates. That seemed like the split to me. Not when Trump was elected. Anyways, so all artists are supposed to be in an uproar about his inauguration and protest. Okay, I mean, fine. I think if artists want to, it's okay for this editor to implore artists and museums to protest on this day, but it's up to them. I think you could be a Trump supporter and an artist. Why not? I don't like this idea that art is completely subservient to politics, which is what I was taught in grad school, and it's what this guy thinks. I think you can have any political view and make art. It's a separate thing, kind of like cooking. You don't have to vote Hillary to cook. By the way, I would have chosen Jill Stein over Hillary any day, but she didn't really have a chance. Let me look for do a search for his transcendent. Yes, here we go. Here's his comment. Some of us would like to believe art is transcendent, but it isn't, and it never was. Really? So, art is not transcendent and it never was. That's a bold statement for the editor behind Hyperallergic. It really guts art for me, and music, and literature. Why do I go to it? It doesn't transcend the daily grind, the mundane, the quotidian. It's just something there to persuade us. It's a power struggle. It's jockeying for power. It's resistance. Art is a daily struggle for resistance. Resisting what? Resisting the patriarchy, white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. You know, fine if that's what your art is about, but that's not all art or music, and by me, art can be transcendent. I give you this. Look at this piece by Van Gogh. Let's get full view here. That is transcendent, folks. If you can't see it, that's you. And this is obviously just a JPEG, not the actual painting. It looks like the sower, or is it sower? Sower, must be sower, is tilling the wheat fields in heaven or some psychedelic space. Looks like it was painted on mushrooms. Don't get much more transcendent than that. The wheat fields are blue. This is not quotidian reality. This is a fusion of someone's personal vision and the natural world, that giant sun. This is what we mean by something being transcendent or transportive. If it doesn't do it for you, perhaps, in this guy's case, over on Hyperallergic, the art he likes is probably radical political art, which does not aspire to be transcendent. It doesn't mean all art isn't transcendent. So he goes on. Art has always been I guess he knows what art has always been, right down to the beginning, the first cave drawings, weighed down by history and our individual relationships to power and images. So art is always just about relationships to power. That's why I look at art. It's because of power. That's why I listen to, music. I don't just listen to classical rock. It's just one of my favorite styles. That's why I listen to it. It's about power and relationships to power and images and the daily resistance, as well as the ability to engage with them on our own terms. So we look at art in order to engage power on our own terms and images and define ourselves. Those of us with privilege ideally use it to help others to gain access to opportunities to learn and grow. That's our purpose in life, is to give other people opportunities to learn and grow. Well, I like that part. But the idea that bringing someone into a museum is enough is wishful thinking. Well, sure, you can't just dump someone in a museum and be like, see you in 2 hours when you're enlightened. Everything will be grand. But this idea is that art is not enough. Bringing someone into a museum is not enough. So art is not enough. What is needed is political ideology. To be a part of the resistance. To be a part of this man's resistance on his terms. In which, if you're an artist, you need to go and protest on Trump's inauguration. Again, I say, if you believe that, go ahead. Artists, sure, implore them. Bakers, go out, protest Trump if that's what you believe. I'm for protest sometimes. I protested the war in Iraq 4 times. I'd say in Trump's case, according to me, I'd wait until he did something stupid or planned to do something stupid or something awful and terrible, and then protest, rather than just protest his physiognomy and, all the stuff we project on him. That's just me. There you have it. There's my rant and rambling for today. Oh, in my first vlog, I botched the commercial for Ronco. You may be surprised that with only 9 viewers, I have a sponsor, but I do. So here is the commercial again. Why vacuum when you can steam clean your carpet? Why, the vacuum just gets up the surface particles, whereas the steam cleaner gives it the equivalent of a deep shampooing. You wouldn't vacuum your hair, would you? I didn't think so. Buy the Power Steamer by Ronco. You'll be glad you did, and your carpet will thank you too. Why, that old rug will look like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Thanks for watching this video, and you can like and subscribe to my channel. And buy a Power Steamer by Ronco. You'll be glad you did, and your carpet will thank you too.